Look at this, everybody. The halls are being decked, and so are the buses with boughs of holly and wonderful Christmas cheer. It's the Sometimes vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Welcome back to sunny Southern California. How are you all doing? I am doing great. Today, as confusing as this is, given all the Christmas decorations here, today is 11/11. 11/11. Do you know what that means? That means it's Veterans Day. So happy Veterans to all my veteran friends and all my friends who have served in the military. And also, it's Armistice Day, which is, you know, the end of hostilities of World War I happened on November 11th at 11 o'clock. They decided to have the ceasefire that ended World War I, which is what eventually became Veterans Day. So today is a day for everyone to celebrate and for millions and millions of people to be out of school and just happy about it without wondering why. But if you served in the armed forces, I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. You guys do a heck of a job doing what you do so that people like me don't have to do it. And I actually appreciate that fact a lot. But let's take a look around. Look at this. Christmas time has descended on Disneyland. The band is playing, the people are swaying. Not literally, not to the beat, just, you know, they're swaying because they're walking around being persuaded to have a good time. Shark stroller, that's epic. All right, the Christmas tree is here. It's only the third day of the Christmas tree being out. Disneyland is going into full holiday Christmas mode. I have been back from Florida for a couple of days now. I have been trying to rest, trying to relax. I've been super lazy about shaving my face, as you can see. But I have been coming to Disneyland every day so far this week, just popping in and out for a little while, saying hello to people, doing my thing, doing a couple of Periscopes and Instagrams and Snapchats. But I've been a little lighter on the Sometimes vlog, and I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons. Number one, super difficult to talk about your real life when you're not living a real life. You know what I mean? So if you're wandering around filming everything, then you're not doing anything, you're just filming. And I sort of fell into that hole of constantly living through the lens and not just living a normal life, or reading a book and relaxing and being yourself. So that's one reason. Another reason is, well, I'm always worried about the vlog and running around thinking vlog, vlog, vlog all day. And setting it up or finding the people to be in it and running around doing that stuff. It's sort of like kind of humbucked my ability to make plans for future Randomland. So now I'm making all kinds of plans for December and all the shenanigans and crazy things that are going to happen. Travel plans and filming plans, doing a little research and doing all this stuff. So it's not like I'm doing nothing, but the vlogs are going to be like a little shorter and a little less crazy. One thing is, they got a little less fun. I think as this summer I really burned myself out towards the end with the trips and all the crazy stuff. I was running around like a madman. I really physically exhausted myself, and then mentally exhausted myself because I would get physically exhausted and think, I have to go crazy, I have to do even more, I have to film 3, 4, 5 vlogs a day, I have to run around like a madman, every single thing must be funny and perfect. Because as the vlogs have gotten a little more popular, and if you guys watch them a little more, and then Patreon was doing a little bit better to help with the traveling thing, and a little more shirts going through Spreadshirt, I get this guilt complex where I'm like, I'm not worthy, I need to work 10 times harder. And so instead of doing anything really productive, I just ran myself in a circle like a crazy dog, like blah, until I was too tired to do anything. Captain Jack Sparrow, how are you doing this morning? Santa, looking good, Santa. I love the mustache, Santa. Incognito, I like that, I like that. So anyway, I was just like kind of wore myself down a lot, not even physically. It's not like I was breaking rocks, but more mentally, just mentally constantly like, oh no, worried about stuff. So I'm just trying to just relax and let everything be fun again. So I'd rather sometimes vlog, more sometimes in the sometimes vlog and less all the times, and have them be really fun and from the heart. And look at this Disneyland band cruising back to their hidey hole backstage. Bye guys. Were any of you ever in marching band? I was in marching band. That's how cool I am. I was in my junior high and high school marching band. I paraded up and down Main Street many and many a time with the old high school band. So in addition to growing up nearby and having friends who work here and being able to come, I was also lucky in that our school was right down the street. So rather than just like the one time, oh, you're from Denver and you got to come march in the marching band, like that one time in high school, it was pretty much every year, multiple times. Like, we're gonna go back to Disneyland and do a march. Yes. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool treat There are huge disadvantages to living in Southern California, mostly monetary disadvantages, but there are also huge advantages, and that would definitely be one of them. What a treat. Look at this, Walt Disney in the castle. So a lot of people are asking, are they gonna do the Christmas castle? Are they gonna do the Christmas castle again like they did last year, no, the year before and the year before? It looks like the answer is no. They're keeping it diamond themed, diamond anniversary themed, which, to be honest with you, I don't really mind. I like the diamond theme. The 60th anniversary decorations are awesome. I was not a big fan of the 50th. People argue with me about this all the time. The 50th was great. Hey man, I'm glad you like it and you had great memories of the 50th anniversary of Disneyland, but to me, the 60th anniversary, oh, Natalie's here. The 60th anniversary super takes the cake in terms of decorations and theming, holiday theming for Disney. Like, it's just so good. So it looks like they've put a little bit of holiday bunting, if you will, up here on the signs, like a little bit of decking the halls with boughs of artificial holly and pine needles and some Christmas bulbs. And they sort of put a wreath around the 60th emblem up there. Instead of the 60th emblem, there's a wreath with 60 in the middle. So they've done a little Christmas decorating. And of course the Christmas parade comes back. I don't think they're doing Christmas fireworks this year. I think they're sticking with the Disneyland Forever fireworks. So it's sort of a mix, just like with Halloween. They did sort of a mix of 60th anniversary and other stuff theming. So that's what ended up happening with the castle. A lot of people have been asking me, and I didn't know, honestly, so I was waiting to see. I suspected that this would be what the compromise that would happen. Because the thing is, some people are really bummed about it, like, what, I don't get to see the Christmas castle. But at the end of the day, a lot of people still haven't made it here for the 60th anniversary, and they want to see all the 60th anniversary diamond celebration stuff. Oh, we have a line for a princess here. We have a line for a princess. So anyway, I have been at Disneyland. I have been doing wonderful Disney things and looking at researching for doing new videos and stuff. But lately, I've talked about this on Periscope quite a bit. And by the way, I've still been on Periscope quite a bit for hours and hours a day. So it's not like I've been completely slacking here. But I've been talking about how sometimes it's really hard to figure out because I do so much stuff, like across so many quote unquote, let's use cool buzzwords and sound really cool. I deliver a lot of content across multiple platforms. I'm a cross-platform content creator. So, is that boring? That's boring. But I basically do a lot of different stuff in a lot of different places. And so sometimes that's led to me being confused. Like, so I do this thing called Patreon, which was your guys' idea, because I was talking about how I'm gonna have to slow my roll and not do as much stuff. This is before, when I was already doing less stuff than I'm doing now, because it was basically where I was gonna need to divide up my time and do some more side work and graphic design stuff, because I've been doing that. I haven't been doing that as much because I was getting so busy with doing videos and everything. To supplement my income and supplement all the trips and crazy stuff that I was doing for the videos. And people were like, no, there's this thing called Patreon where people can offer to give you a certain amount per month. And so I said, okay, well, you know, if you think I'm entertaining and I'm entertaining to you, and you want to donate $1 a month or whatever because you pay for cable or you pay for whatever, and you decide voluntarily, oh, I want to do this, I guess that's okay. So I did that, and that went really well. So like I said, that made me like, oh, I have to go crazy, But the thing is, some people give there and say, hey man, I really like your Instagram account. Ooh, look at this, we'll get to that in a second. Your Instagram account, look at this guy's t-shirt. Those of you who watch Periscope will know exactly what that t-shirt is and why that is hilarious. Wow, I never thought I would see it in the wild like that. Super awesome. Super awesome. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, some people are like, I like your Instagram account so much, I've decided, we know it's yours. Can we still look at it? We know it's yours. Anyway, I've decided like, oh, I'm gonna donate $5 a month because I really love your Instagram account. I really love your Instagram account. And other people are like, well, I give you $10 a month because I really like your Snapchats. They really make me happy. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I'm giving you $12 a month or $5 a month or $1 a month, whatever it is, because I really like the sometimes vlog. Most people, I think it's Random Land that they really like. But this has led me to be confused. Look at this beautiful scenery while I talk. Let's just look at some of this beautiful scenery. Look at that. This has led me to sometimes get very stressed and confused, like, oh no, I need to be 100% about 5 or 10 different things that I'm doing. And that's what led me to be so stressed out. It's like, which thing am I supposed to be working on here? Which thing is my number one thing? Is my number one thing, should I be worried about like, I need to make the best Random Lands I can make. So if I'm too busy to do a vlog or what I would call a good vlog, or you know, to do too many Instagram pictures or go down to Disneyland that day in exchange for doing a bunch of research and preparing to do Random Land, Should I do that? Should I sacrifice things to do that? Or is the vlog, the sometimes vlog, the #1 most important thing, and try and do that every day? And if the random lands have to wait, or the Instagrams or the Snapchats or whatever they are, or no, well, these people really like the social media stuff, that's why they're doing the thing over here, and I need that money to go on this trip. So it's just led me to be like, it's really difficult for me to suss out like what's the priority here, the order, you know, of information, like what is the most important thing. So that's something I've been wrestling with for like about a month and a half. I've been like really trying to figure out what is my primary job. So that is one reason why the vlogs will take, oh gosh, it's just so gorgeous out here today. Why the vlogs are taking a little bit of a calm down this week. And why I was like not too stressed on getting the vlog. So if you notice like, oh, there's this day skip here, a day skip there. The reason is because I'm looking into doing a bunch of random stuff. I'm really wrestling with that question. And number 3, I'm trying to unburn myself out. Like, oh, I really want this to be fun. I think when it got really crowded here, before I started to stress out a lot. Okay, skipping that topic for a second. Look at this. Signage for Star Wars Season of the Force. Monday starts the Season of the Force. Told you about this on the vlog the other day. I was wandering around here 2 days ago with Adam the Woo, but he was so hyper, he would not let me talk about Star Wars. So that vlog called Star Wars is Fun has really nothing to do with Star Wars, but we can talk about this for a second. I told you months and months and months ago when they announced it, that Star Wars Seasonal Overlay Season of the Force was coming to Disneyland to tie in with the movie because Star Wars Land is going to take so long to build. So they are re-theming Tomorrowland all around Star Wars. Basically all of Tomorrowland is getting a dramatic Star Wars facelift. So the Tomorrowland Paris over here is becoming the Galactic Grill. And just in case you thought these were permanent, they're not. They're hollow like a movie set. So these are all temporary, don't worry. But Tomorrowland Paris becomes the Galactic Grill. Season of the Force signs are up over here. I'm sure they'll be up in front of Tomorrowland on the other side as we get closer. The Tomorrowland Terrace stage is undergoing some kind of renovation to prepare it for more Jedi Training Academy things. This stage was designed by Rolly Crumb in the 60s. It's very retro futuristic. I really hope that even if they have to expand it or tear parts of it off, I really hope it retains that same old school Tomorrowland character. I think it will. I hope it will. I'm very optimistic. That's the one thing I'm a little bit nervous about because I really love the design of that stage and I feel like I didn't have enough time with it. You know, it's like when you lose a close friend or relative or something, you're like, oh, I never spent enough time. I almost feel like that, like in a strange, it's a bad analogy, but in a strange way. And over here, the fencing has gone down today. Just today, for the first time, the fencing surrounding this, the blue fencing like that, has gone down. And we see our first up-close look at the Star Wars Launch Bay sign. The Star Wars Launch Bay entrance will be right over the Tomorrowland Echo Spot, which looks to be unheimbucked. Now, I do want, I'm not going to sneak over this barricade to test the Echo Spot right now. But I would like to know, does the Echo Spot still work? Does this heimbuck the acoustics of our secret Echo Spot? If you don't know what that is, watch my video called 5 Weird Things in Tomorrowland and you will receive an education. So here in the Interventions building, used to be a Carousel Progress Theater. For those of you at Disney World, the original Carousel Progress Theater like this, Carousel of Progress was downstairs and then people would exit upstairs. There would be Walt's model of Progress City, a huge model of the City of the Future. Watch my People Mover video, you'll see about the model of Progress City. The Random Land about the People Mover history. Anyway, and then people would exit down this way, so they would exit out of the top of the building instead of the bottom. So this is a 2-story building. Later it was converted to Intervention, so there were 2 stories of displays of futuristic technology. It's like kind of like going to the county fair, like look at our cool double insulated windows, isn't that neat? Stuff like that. So there were 2 floors of that exhibit space basically, and now one half is going to be Star Wars Launch Bay, which is going to have character meet and greets and props from the new film and stuff like that. And another half is going to be the Superhero HQ, featuring meet and greets with Marvel superheroes and all Marvel. So basically Star Wars and Marvel are coming to this area right now. November 16th is when this opens. That's the date which they announced a long, long time ago. It's still the date. So Monday all this will open. I will certainly be here if I can. If the day is not completely heimbucked and totally packed, I'm gonna make my best effort to be here doing a little sometimes vlogging. So Star Wars Launch Bay right in there. You can come over here and see the sign for the Superhero HQ. Right over Come on, where is it? Get out of the way, Tree Superhero HQ. Take a look at that, would you? Over here we have the Pizza Port, which offers delicious gluten-free pizza, huh? I heard a rumor that the theming is going to extend all the way to cast member outfits and crazy different little things. So we're gonna see a lot more Star Wars than just what we're seeing now. Here we have Hyperspace Mountain. So basically, if you ever heard of Ghost Galaxy, you'll pretty much get the gist of what this is. But basically, Space Mountain is gonna have different projections, Star Wars related projections, Star Wars music, and be rethemed so that you can pretend you're riding around on an X-Wing, which is basically how I spent my entire childhood looking at Space Mountain. Was I'm going through the spaceport and I'm going to load myself on to an X-Wing and travel through the galaxy. Like, that is basically how I always imagined Space Mountain anyway. So it's like my childhood coming to true. So Hyperspace Mountain, you can see the sign there for it, and you can see the sign for Star Wars Season of the Force, which is the whole seasonal overlay. Here, the Tomorrowland Magic Eye Theater, where once Captain EO used to ply his galactic trade, which was a George Lucas production, if you can figure that out. So George Lucas has sort of taken over, even though he's given away Star Wars to Disney. It's very confusing, but basically Star Wars has taken over the original Magic Eye Theater here, that used to be sponsored by Kodak. That's why it was called the Magic Eye Theater. We don't need to get into a whole history, but Star Wars Path of the Jedi is coming here. And this just showed up today too, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Path of the Jedi. So instead of just being a trailer for a new movie, I guess we're going to get some completely different thing here. It is a time of celebration, the season of the Force. Join us as we celebrate Luke Skywalker's journey to becoming a Jedi on the big screen as we too learn the ways of the Force. So we're getting a totally different thing. We're getting a Path of the Jedi thing, learning about the Jedi, learning about how Luke became a Jedi, and maybe getting a little preview of what is to come, since Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, opens up in December. Not too long, about a month after Star Wars Season of the Force comes to Disneyland. So there's your tie-in. Over here, Star Trader, full of delicious galactic goodies as usual. And basically that's it. So that's the news on Christmas Castle, and that's the news on Star Wars Season of the Force before opening. That's what we got. Those are the tempting, tantalizing little tidbits that we see. One thing I was trying to point out in the vlog 2 days ago and didn't really get a chance to is look at this. Up on the People Mover tracks, there's some strange shapes covered by garbage bags. I have no idea what those are. I'm assuming there'll be some sort of lit decor for Star Wars. I don't think they're Christmas bulbs for Christmas. They don't do much decorating for Christmas in the future, it turns out. Must be those strict laws about lights. I have no idea where I was going with that. It was going to be a joke, but I'm not funny today. I'm kind of stuffed up. Whoa, nasal. I think it's the beard. Anyway, some sort of trash bag of hidden decorations up there. I wonder if there'll be moisture evaporators up there. Can you speak Bocce? Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so there you go. So that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with the castle. That's what's going on with Tomorrowland. What else? What else? What else? Anyway, if you are interested and entertained by all these shenanigans and want to continue the shenanigans, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/JustinScarred, 2 R's there, and contribute. Or you can go to livefastdiportoutspreadshirt.com and get yourself a snazzy t-shirt. We have ugly Christmas sweaters and ugly Christmas t-shirts as well for the Christmas season. Santa. No, that wasn't Santa. We just saw Santa earlier with a mustache. What am I thinking? Anyway, we have snazzy Christmas stuff and wonderful things. If you look hard enough, there are plus sizes. When people complain about that, there's no plus size. If you look for any of the shirts that say premium, they're a little bit more. They're like $5 more. Premium ones run up to extra large and such like wonderful things. So I'm gonna go in here and get a delicious gluten-free pizza. I would really like to hear from you actually. What is the thing, if you were me and you had to divide up your time, like in any given day, and you had to decide like what's the priority today? What's the thing that's most important today? What's the thing that's like really the burning issue and all that kind of stuff? Ooh, I see cast members leaving the Season of the Force area. How's it going, Jeff? How you doing? If you were me and you're like, okay, I have to figure out what's the most important thing, like, where do I stack the order of what's most important? Is it the vlog? Is it the sometimes vlog? What's the thing that you most, if you support on Patreon especially, I would really like to get a message from you. You can message me through Patreon, I think, or you can message me on Twitter, or even if you don't, I really like to hear from you. What is the number one thing? What is the favorite thing? Obviously, probably most people are gonna say randomly, but like if you had to see one thing get more attention or more focus or more effort, more energy, what would you vote? What would you say? Not that it'll make a huge difference, but I would like to. I am curious. Penny for your thoughts, you know? What is it? No, man, the sometimes vlog. Make sure the sometimes vlog is a priority, or Random Land, or all the social media combined, or Periscope. What is the thing that you enjoy the most? If I ever figure out how to do Twitter polls, maybe I'll do it that way. But anyway, go follow me on Twitter. Twitter is Justin Scarred as well, S-C-A-R-R-E-D. Instagram, Live Fast Die Poor. Snapchat, Live Fast Die Poor. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Sorry that I'm not so manically hyper today. I'm just feeling really chill. I'm trying to veg, relax. And also, I'm really, really hungry, and I want to go in here and get the most delicious gluten-free pizza that you can possibly get, which is right here at Red Rocket's Pizza Port, which isn't really getting a Star Wars layover as far as I can tell. Would have been cool if they called it Red 5's Pizza Port. Put an X-Wing out here. Just spitballing, just throwing ideas out there. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.